Hood postman, city, hood, click. Let's go.
Be be very careful who you talk to, because you'll never know who the informant is, who the cooperating witness may be, and you never know, somebody who was a friend today may have been flipped the night before and become your enemy tomorrow.
About humanity, putting truth in these lines, while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray we all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is going to send you big. Lock the door.
The door. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation and the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below so when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the 1st and 15th. Welcome to the Mailroom. Come in, take a look at your mind, examine what's in your heart. You go anywhere in the world to get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get the truth, and the truth you shall receive. This is not a glorification nor is a glamorization. It's always an education. It's always an education. Before they had handguns, they had hand gods. Man up, guys. Man, get on the bus and let me take you to school. I am the bus driver. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate everybody who joining me at this early day. I mean, sometimes we got to jump in here and just say a couple of things and, keep up, keep up with the current events and things that people are speaking about, and I don't particularly like delving into the gossip of it, but I will try to look at the science, the data, the statistics, and stuff of that nature, right? Today we come to talk about the Boogeyman. Is none other than the Diaperman. and I saw where the paperwork or whatever dropped, and let me say this, guys. The feds do not extend they're not extend bail in most cases to individuals that they feel that they got them by the balls. They're not going to extend bail to those individuals because what is about to befall on them or what's about to collapse their world is going to be so gripping, it's going to be so heavy, and it's going to be so profound that they don't want them individuals to have even the slightest idea to take flight. They just don't. So in most cases, so I can see where they denied Loose Cannon this bail. And I know other individuals, you might feel whatever you feel about it, but at the same time, if you've never been in the feds, and if you've never read Federal Seconds, Federal Thirds, American Jurisprudence, you never read the Black's Law Dictionary, you never got into the sentencing guidelines and see the functionality of the sentencing guidelines, and you don't understand none of that, then all you're giving is opinion. Everything that's coming from you is opinion, nothing more. With that being said, am I an expert on it? No, I'm not. I'm not an expert, but I have at least looked into a lot of the allegations. I looked at the U.S. Title 18, U.S. Title 21, the 924E, I looked at all these different things at 951s, at 846. It's conspiracy. Usually, this is what tie everybody in together is a conspiracy. The conspiracy is a very, very hard thing to beat because conspiracy is where two or three or four individuals come together and agree. Whatever they agreed on, that is the conspiracy. It's hard to get out of that. That's why the government levy conspiracy against most people. That's why they levy it. And here's the thing. The boogeyman, quote unquote, that's what he called himself, the boogeyman. He has went on multiple platforms, whether it's Cam Capone, whether it's his own platform, whether it's No Jumper 22, and he has said some very incriminating things. And the feds have been able to add it up, they have been able to divide it, and they have been able to multiply it. And that's what we're seeing here. And this stuff is going to be very revealing as time go on. And they're not out of the woods yet. There can be a superseding indictment that comes down and everybody be going, whoa. But here's the thing, man. What I see is love in the detention center. Love in the detention center. We have loose cannon who is adamant about creating content from a federal institution. Again, when you get in an federal institution, they enter what is called a PAC number. This is what I remember. They changed the policy. And that PAC number is associated to your name. Everything you say and do on that phone has been logged, registered, and it is there for the U.S. attorney, for the probation, and for the judge, and even your attorney to go over and see exactly what you're saying and how you're saying it and how it may affect or impact your case. It's more like here standing in the mirror, looking in the mirror, saying, damn to myself. I should have known this day would come, loose cannon. When the feds are fed up, there's nothing you can do about it except fight from a legal point of view. You have to get into the books. The books represent open the door and locking the door. But if you continue to want to sit on there with, what is her name, Sharice Mills, and pretend like this lady is finna be there when you get out, that is not, bro. Go ahead and cut that boat and let that boat drift off into the lake because she is not going to be there. Give yourself a chance to advance for something you can use to where you can grow, bro. That's what you said. Give yourself the chance to advance, man. Don't become stagnated by this love and the federal detention center stuff. This lady is there's already signs of her even through y'all communication. And I know you know what's going on because you listening to it. You don't sound like the boogeyman no more. You sound like Diaperman. And I don't know if everybody remember. Let me show y'all who Diaperman is. Let me show y'all who Diaperman is. Because y'all may not be old enough to remember. Diaperman, sweetie. That is Diaperman. Diaperman was a hilarious cartoon. And when I saw it, I like, wow, this is perfect. A man baby. You a man baby, man. You're talking this sweet stuff on the phone with this lady, and you in a fight for your life, and you trying to create content from a federal detention center, bro. That is not the way to go. They have a law library. They have plenty of books. All you need is everything that they're charging you with, and go down there and reference it and do what is shepherdize your case. There's some case law out there that will favor your opinion, and there's some that won't favor your opinion. But if you don't go to the law library and you constantly on the phone lying about fighting, and nobody fights in detention centers. First and foremost, if you do, you will not be on the phone for at least a month or so. You will be in the hole for another at least a month or so, and they will put separate T's on you and that individual, so y'all don't meet nowhere within the institution anymore. As for Big U has such a big name, and he has so much weight out in the streets. More likely than any, he's in the hole. I've seen too many people that come in, and because of what their name was and what they was doing in the streets, they took them straight to the hole. And they did an evaluation, and then they maybe go in about a month and then see if this individual should be allowed on the floor. They don't want nobody coming there disrupting whatever the program is, changing the flow of the floor, because they got what, 5 south, 5 north, 6 south, 6 north, 7 south, 7 north, 8 south, nine, and all the way up to the ninth floor, where the women are 9 north, and I think there is I think 9 south might be where they bring you in for like introduction or whatever, and then they can send you to other floors. But 5 south, is it 5 south or 5 north? 5 north or 5 south, and one of them is the whole, and the other one is for cadres, people that has been detained or in MDCLA. They go outside of MDCLA and clean up around the building, so on and so forth. In terms of gang culture in itself, it is the most disrespectful aspect of daily activity. That consistently result in numerous of deaths of black and brown people. It is essential to articulate the reason why we continue to fan the flames of such a destructive lifestyle, which often undermines and marginalizes communities across the nation. And we gotta ask ourselves, why? Why? Because there's enough information out there. There's enough people laying over in the graveyards. I mean, you can go look, my homie Toto's over there, Putin's over there, Icky's over there, uh, uh, let's see, Baba Louie's over there, this Big Rebo's over there. And I mean, I'm just trying to think of names that's over there. It's just a lot of name. Matt Thomas is over there. Tookie's over there. Raymond Washington's over there, and Big Country's over there. Just numbers of my guy over there out the Nichols, he's over there. Just everybody. And guess what? None of those people are no longer fighting, feuding, or fussing, arguing, or shooting at one another. The graveyard is agreeable. It is the most agreeable place in our community because nobody over there is fussing and fighting, arguing, shooting, and stabbing. That's just what I mean. If we be real about this, we got to look at it in those terms. And when I see this guy who's and I'm coming back to loose cannon, that consistently call himself the boogeyman. The boogeyman has never been a representation of anything good. Why would you call yourself that? Always remember, the name that is given is usually fit the character which the name is coming from. If somebody introduced themselves to you as crazy, knucklehead, can't get right, boogeyman, and any of that crap, you got to take into account that that's who this person is. And at that point, you got to determine, is it somebody that you want to be entertained by, or somebody you want to be in a friendship with, association, or is this person can be a detrimental or derail anything that you got going? That's what you got to determine about the individual. So I'm like I tell you, man, I'm vibrational selective. And what I mean by that, my vibe, if it don't attach, associate, or I feel some particular way about who you are as your character, it's no disrespect to you, but I'm gone. I'm out. I can be at a party or a function or wherever, a picnic or whatever. if I pick up something that I don't like, I'm not explaining nothing to nobody. I'm not telling nothing to nobody. I'm just getting in my car and I am leaving. Simple as that. I came by myself, I will leave by myself. That's just the way I am. But that comes with age, experience, and understanding and wisdom and looking at things, observable reality, and taking in the things that are around you and just being accountable, because being a man is about communication and accountability and being able to have respect. If you don't have one of those three things, then you're not a man. You back to this guy, right? To this guy. You are a man, baby. And you get on the internet and you antagonize, you instigate, you braggadocious, bombastic, and you have all these different tropes and different things. You calling people sweetie, you telling people that they are snitch, they got paperwork, and all the time you lying and all this different stuff. And all you doing it for is because YouTube will send you a check because you got X amount of people to follow you and look at that particular video based on you lying and fabricating a story. Um, we all seen that some of the stories you tell, they don't even make sense. The story, especially the story about when you say you got about the Nipsey Hustle stuff, and you said you called him up 30 minutes before it happened, and you was shocked to hear him. Seemed like to me, if he was your friend, he would say, "Wait a minute, man, you okay, man? Listen, man, I don't know what's about to happen, but get up out of there. It ain't cool." But you didn't do that. You said, "All right, man, I love you." You love him, man. You didn't love that man, because if you did, that's why I know the story is just made up. You like that GB Gaston guy that just put himself into the story because he wanted to be internet famous. And all this internet fame, what is it doing? What is it doing? Continue to tear down the community, destroy us, and make us look very bad in this community. That's all it's doing. To Florida. And what's happening, man? Everybody that's joining me. Monique Hill, how you doing? How you doing, man? How you doing? Dominique, what's happening? What's going on? Wise aura tells of me a lot. Yep. My aura tells me a lot. You're right, Monique. You got to go with that. You cannot negate that. You gotta always. Eric AC, I don't remember a diaper man was born in. Yeah. Yeah, Diaper Man is the old cartoon, boy. Yeah, but it makes sense, right? If you think about how I put that in there, it makes sense, man, because Diaper Man is a man baby. Claiming to be a boogeyman or a Superman or something. I don't know. It's just hilarious to me when I think about it. It sure go hard, Professor. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's it, man. That's that hood postman right there, man. So yeah, that's what but you got it, man. It's just, it's just my way of just dropping a little humor into it. Diaper Man. Your Diaper Man was a hilarious character. Man, let me show y'all that again in case y'all missed it. Let me show y'all that. Now, Diaper Man had to take him a big old sip out of his baby bottle before he gonna handle his business. He pulled up his diaper, took a big old sip out of his baby bottle, and then he cut out. That's Diaper Man. So that's what I see with a lot of people that, well, not a lot. It's just percentages on everything. Nothing is 100%. The way some of these people behavior and what comes from them on the internet, and and why they doing their purpose for doing it. What is their purpose? Everybody should have a meaning and a purpose, but define what it is. Because there's all spaces are full, whether positive and negative. You get to choose what space you want to be, because the life you have, you fashion it with your own two hands. you're responsible for that, you know. But if you're going around proclaiming to be the boogeyman, and now you standing here looking in yourself in the mirror saying, "Damn," because now you're in a federal institution and you got this lady on the phone who has your child, and y'all trying to figure it out, but at the same time, you didn't never see this coming. You didn't understand what was about to happen. You didn't understand that the Hobbs Act, you committed a Hobbs crime under the Hobbs Act, which is a robbery and extortion, and then y'all filmed it over there, No Jumper, and then y'all went on No Jumper and talked about it, and the feds had already instituted whatever they did with No Jumper based on the audit. The audit is the on device interception tool, right? And then what y'all don't know that Adam, they put pressure on Adam and they wired the whole place. And now I'm gonna say this: Adam may not even be aware that they wired his place with cameras, because the feds can go into any building, any place, and put up cameras. I seen them do it to me and my homie Gangster. Well, I didn't see them do it, but after I thought about it, and then after I read everything that they put in the indictment, I'm like, wow. The whole time I'm thinking this dude is working for the cable company and he putting up cameras in neighboring properties. They don't contact our neighbors and told the neighbors what they're doing and what they're running surveillances on. And if they say anything, they become part of the indictment. And that's what they did to Adam. Adam not going to tell you that, but that's what happened. You think he going to risk his whole No Jumper show and plug talk and everything else he got going on to save a loose cannon or a brick baby or even a big U or any of them people? You think he going to do? No. He already showed them who he was when he had AD them on there, and he brought the white supremacists on there, and they got mad and upset and got in their feelings and got emotional about it and left. But the man offered his wife to a black man, and the black man went over there and hit her like a horse, like, you know. And he put it on TV. He put it on camera on porn sites or whatever. That's right there is a man that don't care about nothing. But that's all he care about. So you think he's concerned about a brick baby, a loose cannon, a big U, or even a whack? All them people, man, look at Quando Rondo, where he at? Look at the dude, what's his name? Lil Durk, where he at? Look at Crip Mac, where he at? Look at S-Bone, where he at? He in the grave, 3 yards. You get your front yard, the graveyard, or the prison yard. The front yard is something that you purchase through your hard work and abilities. The graveyard is something you're going to get at the end of your life. But the prison yard is something that you self-appoint yourself to by doing the things you do. And you initiate different crimes and aspects, thinking that you be slick and you can get away with it and it ain't going to happen to you. That's the thinking that's out there. Oh, I can do this and they ain't going to catch me. Negro. That's what a Negro is, somebody that need to grow. Somebody who is inexperienced. Somebody that's always talking, you know what I mean? Yeah, cuz dead homies on Crip Street and all this, all that other ops and all this. They have about a 10-word vocabulary. I'm gonna keep it up nickel or on hood and all this stuff that's useless in the real world. You cannot, anything I just mentioned, you cannot take it into a financial institution and use it as a negotiation tool or technique. None of it. You are not finna go in there talking like that. You're gonna find a way to obtain the right verbiage in order to attain whatever type of loan, be it was a BHA loan, whether it's a car loan, or whether it's a business loan, whatever. You're gonna change the dynamics of your planet. You're gonna come in it with the right phraseology and the correct tonality. But when you out here on these Crip streets, or you out here on these Pyru streets, or these blood streets, man, you diaper man, you a man, baby. And I know this stuff can be hard and it can sound overly critical, but it's the real. I'm not sitting here just telling you stuff and it's not real. You guys see it. But it's order how you deal with it. Because again, there are numerous consistently result in the numerous deaths of black and brown people in these communities based on gangbanging. Nothing more, nothing else. It is a very the boogeyman don't take over. And the boogeyman. It is a very consistent thing. It is a behavior, a persona that generation after generation after generation keep picking up, and it get worse and worse and worse and worse. Now it's like the intersections, the inner house, the cliques within the gang itself. That's, you ain't a real 60 until you kill a 60 and all that different stuff. And everything that comes with that is really a twisted world. It is a twisted, inappropriate degradation, misandry, because women are in it too. They just as worse. Then you have this dumbed down, comatose type of spirit where functional retarded people are leading other people. You're letting functional retarded people lead you down a rabbit hole that you don't have no idea that where it's going to end at. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. We got to change the ship. We got to right the ship, turn it, and go back the other direction, because the direction we've been going in is wrong. Again, I'm gonna say this again. We are on the verge of becoming a permanent third-class citizen if we don't pull it together. You ever heard Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson or any of them super rich people that's really on the ball saying anything about what their political stances are or how they feel religiously wise? Have you ever heard any of those people say anything close to that? You don't. All you do is you see them. You know that Michael Jordan make Air Jordans. You know that Magic Johnson is part owner of the Dodgers and some other sports thing, and they have a multitude of business going on. But you would never hear them say, "Oh, I'm a Republican, or I'm a Democrat, or independent." You'll never hear them say, "I'm a Muslim, a Christian," or none of that. Because that's what poor people. Religion is in the business of selling God to people who are willing to purchase it. But the super rich are preoccupied with power, while poor people are preoccupied with materialism, trying to look rich and be famous. Not that you are, not that you can't capable rise to that occasion. But if you like loose cannon and you own these things, you living out this anecdotal world, your own anecdotal world, that you believe that somehow that you could overcome everything and you could just take the shortcut and get to the top by being the boogeyman. You're the boogeyman. You're gonna intimidate people like what's the guy named, the brown guy? Well, I can't think his name. The guy that be going on all these podcasts and saying some of the most outrageous and ridiculous things. You go intimidate people like that on Hood, on 6-0. And this is no disrespect to the 60s, but what I'm saying is that here's the thing. Was it 60s, Inglewood Family, Santana, Westside Hoovers, where villains, close the books. Do not allow these people to come into your section, your neighborhood, because guess what? Right now, The Boogeyman himself, aka Loose Cannon, what is his name? Ashley Williams. He is the prime candidate for somebody who's going to snitch. Reason why most of the people that easily snitch on people in their neighborhoods is they really never been from the neighborhood. They just claim it, they got the name, but they ain't really been over there like that. They never lived over there. So they don't have that connection. So it's easy for them to tell. And he might even talk the girl into helping him do a third party thing. I don't know. I don't know what he can do, but I can hear it in his voice through the phone conversations that he's having with Miss Mills that something is finna change because she's fed up. You can hear it in her voice. And he keep wanting to put her on the internet and do content. And I think she's realizing that, hey, the jig is up. This is not finna work. Loose new name. I always told you maybe your bed gotta be laid in it too. Yeah, Adam and Vlad are the man. Don't just put them in there. You gotta look at Adam, Vlad. You gotta look at the art of dialogue. You gotta look at that dude Boss Talk because they all got slick questions. And God rest. I mean, not God resting, but peace be upon him. Ayatollah. He goes over there and he says some things, and the guy be like pushing him in an area that he shouldn't be going in terms of some of the things he's saying about Pyru. Because he wasn't in the first lineup. That's a fact. You don't find him in the first lineup. You don't. But he's saying things, you know what I mean? He's speaking for them. I get that part, but these guys ask some crazy questions, man. And then you get these guys, they be trying to answer them, and then you see them struggling with it, you know. And I love Ayatollah, but I'm just observing reality. No disrespect to him and anything like that. It's just that I see with the Boss Talk and our Art of Dialogue that called Keefy D up, Art of Dialogue and Vlad called, they was asking Keefy D some crazy stuff that Keefy D, man, if you want to know how to do an interview, watch this. This is how you do an interview. This is right here.
I saw this video that alleged that it was you involved in this crazy ass shootout. What was that situation? Maybe it might not have been you. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't think it was me.
Okay, but that wasn't related to any of the cases that you caught? Well played. Okay. So it's kind of hard to pick another question after that.
That is how you do an interview with a no jumper, a Vlad, a Boss Dog, or the dialogue. That's how you do it. You don't ask it questions that you know that is going to come back to haunt you and bite you in the butt. That X4, what is his name? X4, right? That was some of the brilliantest things I seen a youngster do. And he stood on that. He just looked at him. And then you could tell that little laughter Adam did, that's the telltale sign that he knew he was caught. He knew he was caught. The youngster was outsmarted him, outwitted him, was clever. Shout out to him, man. You don't have to go to Vlad. You don't have to go to Adam. You don't have to go to none of these platforms. It is, if you want to be a part of the internet community, start off with a phone, start recording yourself. If you have something that you feel that is pertinent, that has gratuity attached to it, and and it has something that's tangible and that you feel that can be helpful to our community, start doing it that way and just start building. Start because consistency is what's going to trump all else. Just being consistent. You just have to be consistent. Now, you may have the time to devote to maybe through 3 or 4 5 videos a day. If you had that time, if you can do 5 videos a day, I'm giving you some game. If you can do 5 videos a game, I guarantee you within a couple of months, and what you're speaking has substantive and it's gripping and it has a thrill to it. It is just, and it got a little sensationalism, and just a little bit of mess in it, right? The way this, and I'm just telling you the way this internet is, you're gonna make it. But you gotta post your video 5 times a day, different. You gotta have different content, and all you gotta do is have subject matter, subject matter, subject matter, subject matter. What's going on in the world? What can you do? What can you expound on? Politics? Can you expound on the religion? Can you expound on everyday activity? Can you expound on Crips and Bloods, Hebrews, and Israelites, and Muslims? Whatever the topics you choose. Just be consistent. That's it. I don't necessarily myself personally care about all that, but I am consistent about putting up at least something daily because my time is devoted elsewhere. I'm too busy being this and that and handling other hats and hats that you don't see that I wear. And I don't know, I don't even talk about them. I just go do what I need to do. Right. And it's nothing. I don't engage and indulge or put my hand in anything that's illegal. No, I do not do that. That's not who I am anymore. So I'm free and clear of that. I can go home and go to sleep and don't have to worry about the feds knocking on my door. That is not a good feeling. But again, the boogeyman is none other than Diaperman, who is Blues Cannon, standing here looking in the mirror saying damn to himself. He should have known that day would come where the feds was going to show up. Ain't nothing he can do about it at this point except get into the law library, get into understand the indictment, start breaking down the 846, the 19, what is it, 1851 or 841, 851 or whatever's charged of the Hobbs Act. Start looking at that, breaking it down, and why he's in committed federal crimes against the federal government, because it's going to say Damian Ashley, aka Loose Cannon Williams, against the United States of America. Everything is going to be in broad letters. That means you have become a corporation and you're going to sign a contract. That's what it is. When you go down there and you sign anything you sign your name on, it is a contract. So if you don't want to be in contract with these people, don't sign your name. But anyway, once again, I am Professor Melly Mill, and I appreciate each and every last one of you. It's been amazing. It's been incredible. And every time I get to come up and speak, I'll speak, regardless of if it's 5, 10, 20, 200, 300 people in here. You know, that's fine. I mean, some days are better than others, but as long as I can reach the few and you understand that, that I'm here, be smart, give yourself a chance, right? And don't be in your way, and give in advance to something you're not used to, and give yourself a chance to grow, be better than what you are, With that being said, I am Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. Don't mind me just watching. Church moving, but go ahead and lock that door, because we are out and we are gone. It's been incredible. Monique, and everybody, Mayweather and everybody else. Let me see who's in there. Little T-Dog, what's going on? Appreciate you. Dominique, True Floridian, appreciate you. Let's see. Joe Farrell, appreciate you, man. Right on, right on. Rodney Scott. Ashley is crazy. Yeah, that's the man's name. Rocky and everybody else that joined us in this live broadcast. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing and incredible. And remember, man, Postman, You ring that bell, I'ma bring you that mail.
Cali finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money, got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga Wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. I leave bad man and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me, that's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it, I just make it happen. Word on the block is that my shit go. Reach for the low.
Lock the door, cause we are gone.